What if I told you that some of the biggest names in Hollywood quietly own their own private islands and most of them never talk about it? We're not talking about renting, we're talking about buying entire islands, some for as little as $120,000, others for over $100 million. Today, I'm counting down 10 celebrities who own private islands, ranks from cheapest to most expensive. And trust me, number 1 will surprise you. Let's get into it.
Number 10. Bear Grylls, St. Tudor's West Island, Wales, $120,700. Show island picture. Yes, that Bear Grylls, the man who drinks his own urine in the jungle for entertainment, decided he needed his own island. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. St. Tudor's West is a tiny island sitting just off the coast of Wales in the cold waters of Cardigan Bay. Bear Grylls picked it up for just $120,700, making it the most affordable island on today's list by a massive distance. No luxury resort, no celebrity parties, just an island. Raw, quiet, and completely his. The man who survives anywhere on earth decided to own a piece of it too.
Number 9. Leonardo DiCaprio, Blackador Caye, Belize, $1.75 million. Leonardo DiCaprio didn't just buy an island. He bought an island with a mission. Blackador Caye is a 104-acre private island sitting in the Caribbean waters of Belize. DiCaprio purchased it for $1.75 million and immediately announced plans to turn it into an eco-friendly resort that would actually restore the surrounding coral reef and mangrove ecosystems. Part paradise, part environmental project. One of Hollywood's biggest climate advocates putting his money and his island where his mouth is.
Number 8. Tyler Perry,
White Bay Cay, Bahamas, $6.4 million. Show island picture. Tyler Perry built one of the most successful entertainment empires in Hollywood history, and then he bought an island to match. White Bay Cay is a private island in the Bahamas, sitting in the crystal clear waters of the Exumas. Perry acquired it for $6.4 million. A man who grew up without electricity as a child, sleeping in his car at times, is now the owner of a private Caribbean island. That is what building generational wealth looks like.
Number 7. Nicolas Cage, Leaf Cay, Bahamas, $7.5 million. Nicolas Cage is famous for 2 things: legendary movie performances and spending money at a level that genuinely shocks people. Leaf Cay is another private island in the Bahamas, and Cage purchased it for $7.5 million as part of a buying spree that also included castles, a private jet, rare dinosaur skulls, and multiple mansions across several countries. As you probably know, most of those assets were eventually sold off to cover tax debts, but for a while, Nicolas Cage owned a private island, and nobody can take that story away from him. We're only halfway through the list and the prices are about to jump dramatically. Stay with me because number 4 will genuinely surprise you. Number 6. Ricky Martin, Ilha do Maia, Brazil, $8 million. Show island picture. Ricky Martin, living la vida loca, and apparently living it on a private Brazilian island. Ilha do Maia is located off the coast of Brazil, surrounded by lush Atlantic coastline. Ricky Martin acquired it for $8 million, adding it to a real estate portfolio that spans multiple continents. What makes this one interesting is the location. Brazil, not the Caribbean. Most celebrity island purchases happen in the Bahamas or British Virgin Islands. Martin went a different direction entirely. Number 5. Mel Gibson, Mago Island, Fiji, $15 million. Show island picture. Mel Gibson went all the way to the South Pacific for his.
Mago Island is a 5,400-acre private island located in the Lau archipelago of Fiji, one of the most remote and untouched island groups on Earth. Gibson paid $15 million to own all 5,400 acres of it. To put that in perspective, Mago Island is so large, it has its own cattle farm, tropical forest, and miles of private coastline. Not a vacation home, a private country.
Number 4. Celine Dion, Ile Gagnon, Canada, $25.5 million.
Show island picture.
Here's the one that surprises most people. Celine Dion, the legendary Canadian singer, owns a private island not in the Caribbean or the Pacific, but right in the middle of Quebec, Canada. Ile Gagnon sits on the Mille Isles River, just north of Montreal. Dion purchased it for $25.5 million and built an enormous estate on it that became her primary family home for years. A private island without a beach or a palm tree in sight. Sometimes the most unexpected luxury is the one that feels most like home.
Number 3. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, Bahamas. $35 million. Show the island picture. Country music royalty. Country music island. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, one of the most powerful couples in the music industry, own Goat Cay in the Bahamas, also known as L'Île d'Ange, which translates to Island of Angels. They paid $35 million for it. The island sits in the Exumas chain, featuring white sand beaches, private docks, and complete seclusion. When you've both spent decades selling out arenas, this is what you do with the earnings.
Number 2, Johnny Depp, Little Horse Pond Cay, Bahamas, $75 million. Johnny Depp's relationship with money is something we could do an entire series on. Little Horse Pond Cay is a 45-acre private island in the Bahamas that Depp purchased for a reported $75 million. The island has 6 beaches, each one reportedly named after a different movie character. At the peak of his career, Depp was spending over $2 million per month on wine, private jets, bodyguards, and yes, island maintenance. The island was eventually among the assets he was forced to consider selling during his highly publicized financial and legal troubles. But for years, Johnny Depp had a private island with 6 beaches, each named after a fictional character. That is peak Hollywood.
Number 1. Richard Branson, Necker Island, British Virgin Islands, $100 million. And at number 1, the man who started it all, Sir Richard Branson, purchased Necker Island back in 1978 for just $180,000 after the original asking price was $6 million. Today, Necker Island is valued at $100 million and is considered one of the most luxurious private islands on the planet. It has housed presidents, celebrities, royalty, and billionaires. It rents for $87,900 per night. And as we covered in a previous video, even at that rate, Branson rents it out just to cover the running costs. The man bought an island for $180,000. It's now worth $100 million. That is the ultimate longi.
Drop a comment if you already knew this one.
Hey, so which of these celebrities surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. I want to know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now. On Time to Gist, we break down the real numbers behind celebrity wealth every single week. See you in the next one.